Hi everyone, it's Sharon, and I thought I would come on and do a little tutorial on putting your baby together and stuffing it and weighting it, and also some other things. So I hope this video will help you guys. And this is the polyfill. It looks like this. It's in a blue bag. This is pretty much available anywhere, Walmart or any craft shop. And I've been using this for years. It's got a little bit of body to it, and it does clump. You know, when you use it once and you form it, it kind of doesn't really come out of that shape. So it is a little tricky, but it's good for 3/4 arms and 3/4 legs, filling that area. I use it for that. And if you want a little bit more body to your baby's weight, this is good. This is what you surround your weighting material with. And I don't use arm plugs and leg plugs. I fill my baby with glass beads, and then I put this as a cap. I use this as a cap to keep the glass from falling out. And this in here, this is the stuff that that Bountiful Baby sells. It's the Angel Soft polyfill, and it is so soft. It doesn't provide any body or any real shape, but it does make your baby super soft. So that is available from Bountiful Baby, and this is the regular craft shop polyfill. So it's getting back to weighting your baby. I used to use, bring this over in the light, I used to use plastic poly pellets, and they don't weigh anything. So I would end up having to put steel balls in there. And this is just a regular knee-high stocking, which is really thin. So I don't use this method anymore with poly pellets and steel balls, because it really doesn't provide enough weight. What I use to fill the knee-high with are these large glass beads. These are 1 mil, and these will fit inside a knee-high and they won't leak out. So these are really good for weight. I get them on eBay. I get them from the Abrasive Armory, and they don't always have them, but when they do, you need to order them. They're 1 mil. And then these are the small beads, glass beads. It's the consistency of sand. And these I use to fill the arms and the legs. So there you have that. And in order to fasten, oh, there's one more thing. This is a silicone, bring it over to the light. This is a silicone insert that I bought in the in the brassiere department of Joann's Fabrics. And if you want to give your baby a belly or a butt, this is really an excellent way to do it. It's squishy. It's silicone, and it adds quite a bit of weight. It does kind of have a tendency to shift in the cloth body, but I have a few of them in here. They do make a nice belly and a nice butt, in case you want to get them. They're expensive, so I would wait until the sales. And okay, so I showed you the knee highs. You can get any knee highs as long as you're going to use the 1 mil beads. And these are 2 different kinds of hemostats. Sometimes if you want to get the polyfill out, you need something long to do it. And these are hemostats that have a grip on them, and these are just long kind of pliers that are perfect for removing stuff from inside a limb. So that's those. And then there are cable ties or zip ties, and they're especially made for reborns, the thin ones. Make sure they're the thin ones because you don't want to feel them on the cloth body. And they come in the short size and the long size. I don't have a ruler handy, but I use the long size for everything because I think the short size ones are a little bit more difficult to work with, even for the arms and the legs. So I only use the long ones, and let me show you. They have two sides to them. They have this side, which is the side that you want to put the end in, and then they have this side, which will not take the end. So they will only go in from that end. So you want to put the end of the zip tie when you're done inside that end. Okay, and once you get your cable tied the way you want it, you're going to need to clip it. So I use these cuticle nippers. They have a slanted edge and they make a nice clean cut. So these are called cuticle nippers. And if you want your baby to smell like baby powder, these are baby powder scented Wonder Wafers. I cut them in half because they're that powerful. So I put them in the cloth body and surround it with polyfill because they do have an oily residue and you don't want that to come in contact with the vinyl. So I surround my wafer with polyfill in the body, and I use half. So now that I've covered weighting your baby and stuffing your baby and putting your baby together with cable ties, I thought I would come on and show you a little bit about rooting. I don't root the baby's hair anymore, but I do root the eyelashes. I used to root hair. So I'm going to briefly go over a few of these things here. And also, if you are using a kit that has an open eye baby, this is an X-Acto knife. It's a razor blade. And I don't insert the eyes from the front. I insert from the back. And inside the baby's head is the eye socket. So I take my X-Acto knife, I go around, come on camera, I go around, it will come back, the bottom of the eye socket. I don't want to do the whole eye socket because it will close and glue better that way. So you use an X-Acto knife for that. This is a pair of slant edge tweezers, and these are good for not only plucking the holes in the cosmetic wedges to make your mottling, but they're used if you have too much hair in one plug. You can take it out with this, either doing your eyelashes or rooting your hair. So these are slanted edge tweezers, which are good for that purpose. And then you want a good pair of hair cutting scissors, and I purchased these. Don't know where I got them, but they work really well. You want a really sharp pair of scissors and only use them for cutting hair so they stay sharp. Okay, now we're going to move on to rooting tools. This is a cork. Yeah. And I have put an uncut, there's two types of rooting needles. There's cut needles and there's uncut needles. These are the uncut needles. They have a little top that has a kind of a top, a slanted top. And there's only some rooting tools that you can use the uncut needles in. One of them I got from Michael's years and years ago. And that's this one. And look at how much color that this has absorbed from the mohair over the years. This takes an uncut needle. And you take it apart. You unscrew the top. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I might have to put you down. Hold on. Let me put you down. I'm unscrewing the top so I can show you guys. This is the top. This is the uncut needle. You can see the end in there. And that, I used to use that for years and years. But since I don't root hair anymore, I don't use that. This is pretty much I'll either use this one, which takes a cut needle. This is available. This one's wood, but I think they make it out of plastic now. It's kind of a mushroom shape, but you need the cut needles for this. And then if you want to just use a cork, it works fine. You can put either the uncut or the cut in there. It doesn't matter, but this works really well also. Just a plain old cork. So, I think I've covered pretty much everything. I hope this was helpful to you guys, and I don't think I left anything out. If you have any questions at all, feel free. There's different types of gauges for your rooting needles. The higher the number, the thinner the the smaller the hole will be. So yeah, for instance, 38 gauge leaves a pretty big hole, and 42 or 43 gauge will leave a really small hole and allow you to do mono rooting. But for eyelashes, I find that it doesn't matter as much. So I don't even know what is in here. I've been using these for years. I don't even know what gauge this is, but it works fine for my eyelashes. So I'm going to go now, folks. I hope this was helpful, and if it was, let me know. Okay, love you guys.